Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a Monster Legends review, level 1 to 100 on Thundeer. He is the current monster in the maze, the newest and latest Forsaken monster, the Thunder monster. So let's get right into it and we get to test out the brand new feeding mechanism where you just hold down the feeding button and you just keep feeding endlessly, making it a lot easier to actually feed monsters. It is incredible. And if you go to your settings and turn off that restriction, you can turn off where the new moves pop up, so you can literally go all the way to 100 just by holding it down, which is incredible. Look at all that food go by, and just like that, our Thundeer is level 100. So let's take a start by looking at his stats, looking at how crazy fast he is. 3575, he is crazy fast. Not that many monsters have that speed stat. He's insanely fast, the fastest Thunder monster. Well, not counting Mercurius, but no one really used Mercurius. Actually, currently in the game, Mercurius is the fastest Thunder monster, but he's an attacker, so let's... in terms of, like, usable monsters, it would really be Thundeer. Although you could also argue that because Thundeer is a Forsaken monster, not a lot of players are going to be able to rank him up. So the cool thing about this kind of video is you get to see him showcased at level 100. And with that being said, let's take a look at his traits. So not all the icons are popping up for whatever reason, but basically, if you have him unranked, he starts the game off with Tough, 35% less chance to get hit with negative effects. If you take him to rank 1, which I think is very manageable for most players, you will have increased total life. Increases total life by 50%. If you were able to take him to rank 3, you would give yourself Dodge Area, which would make him really incredible, but of course getting him to rank 3 is tough. And then if you get him to rank 5, he will start the game off with the random debuff against the enemy. Anyhow, let's get into skills. So we have Always On Time, deals moderate thunder damage to enemies, activates all cooldowns, and applies daze. We have a cooldown activator monster, a Thunder AoE cooldown activated. That is really good already. And we have a skill that applies shock to all enemies, and it has no cooldown, so even if you got hit with cooldowns activated, you would still be able to shock the enemies. And shock, for those of you that don't know, let's see if it pops up. Shock basically prevents extra turn skills and deals some thunder damage, some low thunder damage during the duration that shock stays on the enemy. You're Not Working applies precision to all allies, applies stamina regen to all allies. Once your cooldown is just a way to have increased accuracy and stamina regen. Watch This Movie deals heavy thunder damage to one enemy, applies a random control skill and shock to one enemy. I actually do like that this is a single target skill because you're actually able to single deny, and it's a random, so in case the enemy monster is immune to like possession, well then you have a chance to do freeze, you have a chance to do stun. So that's pretty good, and you also apply shock. You're gonna see shock is something that comes around a lot with this monster. Let's grow up. We have Finish Project, activates all cooldowns on one enemy, applies blind. Once again, applying blind to a single enemy and cooldown activated single enemy. This helps against dodge area. For example, if this Thundeer was taking on a rank 3 Thundeer, it would be nice that you could rely on a single cooldown activated to prevent the enemy Thundeer from AoE cooldown activating your own team. Let's see. Love Spontaneity applies damage boost to all allies, gives 1 extra turn. It is a very quick boost and extra turn to your team, so that's very powerful. And let's see where we're at. So I've already put up all the skills, but let's see what else we have. Don't Cross the Gifts, deals moderate thunder damage, applies daze, blind, and shock. So daze reduces accuracy by 25% as well as damage output by 25%. Blind reduces accuracy by 50%, and then the shock on top of that, that is very nice. So with that being said, those are his level 100 skill sets. Let's also talk about the ranked up skill sets just to see what we have to look forward to. So at rank 1, level 105, we get Stolen Christmas, applies True Vision to itself, 1 extra turn. So the cool thing about Stolen Christmas is you will literally not miss whatever you try to land against the enemy. So especially because a lot of enemy monsters have hardened or tough or bulwark, like you will literally land the daze, the blind, and the shock, making it really hard for the enemy to land attacks against you. Right? You will land your control skill. You will land the cooldown activated. So if you can get this monster to rank 1, being able to utilize, being able to give yourself True Vision and then land everything, that is super amazing. And then at rank 2, you have the Fastest Claws, and this is where we get into some really good skills. Low special damage to an enemy, disables trait on one enemy, removes positive effects from one enemy, gives 1 extra turn to itself. How crazy good is that? Now, if this would have been removes positive effects and then trait disable, it could have been enormously better, right? Because right now the issue is, if the enemy monster has evasion, you are only going to remove the evasion, you're not going to trait disable. And that's because of the way the skill is worded. You trait disable first and then you remove positive effects. So yeah, that's like a slight issue. Like for example, if you were facing a monster that has anticipation and evasion, normally you'd be able to get rid of the evasion, like if you had Thalassa, for example, right? The easiest example, you'd be able to get rid of the evasion, and then trade disable does prevent anticipation. But in this case, you would only get rid of the evasion, so the anticipation would still kick in, then the enemy monster with anticipation would be able to attack you. Nonetheless, this is a phenomenal skill, because it gives you an extra turn, so then you can go into doing something else. Moving on, we have Christmas with the Deers. Deals moderate special damage to one enemy, activates all cooldowns on one enemy, gives one extra turn to itself. The reason this is really good is for the reason I mentioned, being able to take on dodge area monsters. Right, that is really good. So, for example, if you're taking on a team that has a Wormlad, for example, and an Isol, for example, the fastest claws would be able to remove both the Mega Taunts and the Taunts from Isol, and then trade disable, right? So, yeah, by removing the Taunts, you would then be able to do Christmas with the Deers to activate cooldowns on Wormlad, thus preventing him from being able to do anything, and then you'd be able to do whatever else you want, right? You could even Stolen Christmas, and by the way, Stolen Christmas, I didn't even mention, has no stamina cost, so you could always use this. You could always use that. So just that, having that flexibility, being able to do that, right? So Wormlad is trade disabled. Or no, sorry. Isol would be trade disabled. Wormlad would be hit with cooldowns activated. And then you can single target with your skills over here. You could single target control. You could single target cooldown activate. Like, you have a lot of options to that third enemy monster. So that's what I like a lot. Here, let's see what else he has. His rank 4 skill deals low thunder damage to enemies, applies a random mega control skill and shock to all enemies. This is the powerful skill right here. Thundeer Skeleton. Literally mega control and shock to all enemies. Phenomenal. But of course, not all players are going to be able to get this monster fully ranked up. For those that can, this is truly a meta monster, right? He's going to be hard to take down. He's going to be hard to fight. Can you just imagine having basically a Thalassa-like skill, the fastest claws, being able to single target, give yourself an extra turn. Like, even if you do Christmas with the Deers on a anticipation monster, for the most part, they're going to be shut down. Unless it's a Hukwai, they're going to be shut down. So, unfortunately, don't have Thundeer at rank 4. Probably not even going to get him to rank 3 or rank 2. Actually, rank 2 is possible if you're in a team that participates in the frat events. But with that being said, let's see what we can utilize. So, because I can't, normally you would want to give Thundeer 3 speed runes, have him go first, have him deny. Because I can't really do that. By the way, he can hold double. Ooh, interesting. He can hold double staffs. I haven't seen that in a while. Let me see. This skill deals some damage. This skill deals some damage. This is your AoE skill. And this is extra churn. So, because, unfortunately, I can't use this monster as a main denier, the best plan for me is to use this monster as a team speed holder. And I think when you have a denier that can't compete in the meta because they're just not leveled up enough, your best option really is to make them a sort of a secondary denier. Make them slash support slash deny by giving them team speed. That's probably the best bet for the monster. Let's see what I want to do here. Probably Energizer Staff in case my teammates run out of stamina. If you have this skill right here, no, not this skill, this relic. Which relic am I looking at? You could also run Stamina Draining Relics. When hitting removes 92 points of stamina. Yeah, if you have Oblation Staff and you have this monster going first, you could honestly run double Oblation to remove stamina from the enemy if you wanted to. Oh, not going to remove it from himself. Let's see, you also have the Advanced Fusion and Revenge Staff in case you take hit, you can drain enemy. I think we'll go with this. I think this should be fine. Did I remove the wrong one? Let's do this. So this is what we're going to run. And again, it really depends on what you have, what runes and all that stuff. If you have the capacity to give him 3 speed, have him go first because you're going to have him ranked up, you're going to be in a better position than players that just have him at level 100. But for right now, I think this is what I'm going to do. His main objective as a team speed holder is to give a damage boost to my teammates, right? And then I can either choose to do a random control skill on a single enemy monster, single cooldowns activated if I need to, or just AoE cooldown activated. That is the main plan with him. So with that being said, let's take him out into player versus player and see just what he can do. So Thundeer, where are you? Thundeer, let me scroll down. You're gonna be somewhere down here. Why am I looking in nature? He is a Thunder. I think just because I see him green, I'm like, he's a nature monster. No, he is not a nature, he is a Thunder. There he is. Thundeer, and then because this is the case, you need to go with typical deniers, right? So let's see who I can use. We'll use not Sunblast. Let's use like a Kihaku. Let's bring in some old monsters. So the thing about using a Thundeer and a main denier is you essentially will have to, let's do ablation trap, double ablation. You essentially will have to run an attacker, right? Which is good because you want to maximize on his capacity. We'll do Tiger. We'll do some obscure monsters. You want to capitalize on his capacity to give a damage boost to your team. So who do we want to take on? Let's refresh. And let's see. Let's take on the base, Ragnarök. We'll take on this base over here. So obviously I'm not taking on some really meta bases because obviously I wouldn't be able to with Thundeer. It just wouldn't be possible. So we're going to start the game off with a regular deny skill. Hopefully it lands on everyone. It does successfully. Possession and freeze, freeze and possession. That's awesome. I'm going to set up. So I'm going to do invisible hunt, not invisible. Ready to hunt, giving myself double damage. Awesome. Bloodthirsty. Okay. Attacked me. Yikes. So are you still? You're not denied anymore. So as much as I want to give myself an extra turn and damage boost to everyone, I am just going to go ahead and activate cooldown. So always there on time, which would be your main deny skill. Typically, this would be your main deny skill. So activate cooldowns, and everyone is shut down. My oblation staff kicks in, thus drain stamina. So not only do you activate cooldowns, you can also drain stamina. I'm going to remove their positive effects. So recharge, recharge. I'm going to now attack with my attacker. Let's just kill Ragnarök so I can actually do my buff skill. Let's do some stamina regen on my team. And then he's going to have to recharge. Neobuki's going to attack me potentially. Yep. Alright, so check this out. Do love, damage boost to my whole team. Everyone's rocking a 50% damage boost, increased accuracy so they can't miss their attacks. So the cool thing about that skill is even if I don't have true vision, that increases my accuracy in itself, thus making it easier to land a deny skill. So why don't I go ahead and do watch this movie, which by the way only has a 1 turn cooldown. So there's the shock, there is the stun. Let me recharge. Oh, I should run a churn transfer monster, that would be good. Let's do hit and kill. And let's do a Makosu, even though I can't remove anything. There is the stun taking effect. We'll recharge, we'll do something else, let's see. Let's do finish project, activating cooldown and blind. You can't really see it. Well, here, Neobuki's going to recharge because I activated cooldowns. And there you go. That's basically how you use this monster as a support monster. You're still going to have to rely on a main denier. You're still going to have to rely on an attacker. Because if you don't have this monster ranked up, right, it really depends where you are. Like I said, if you are a brand new player and you're getting Thundeer for the first time, which is possible, and you're in a lower league, you're going to be able to rock Thundeer with 3 speed runes, go first, and just obliterate the enemy. If you're not in that position, unfortunately, if you're taking on level 130 monsters with high level runes, the best bet of Thundeer really is as a team speed holder, unfortunately. But he's still a pretty good monster, right? I think this time we get to do it. Ready to hunt. Awesome. And then, check this out. We can do love. There is that damage increase. Now even my always on time is a little stronger. Activate cooldown and daze. Missed over there. Let's do Makosu. Even my denier benefits from the little damage increase. And then my main attacker, I can kill everyone with Deadly Artifice. And there we go. By the way, Thundeer also beautiful monster design. Incredible monster design. Very, very awesome monster design. Let's do one more battle. I think we can end with one more battle. Let's see who to run, what to run. Let's, I always love to showcase Rasigod. I don't know why, it's just a thing I have. If we do that, we're definitely going to need a different type of denier. A denier that can do some dots, preferably. Let me think. Who can do dots? Sunblast has a little dots. I can start off with possession, go from there. Let's refresh, and let's see. I kind of want to take, I just realized Wormlad. I just missed him. Double dodge area. We'll see how I can take on this base over here. Let's fight. So let's see. So Mega Taunt. Alright, so the first thing we have to do is possess. So there's that possession. The next thing we have to do is remove that. So removes negative effects from allies, no. Removes positive effects, so let's do that. Alright, and then with my Thundeer, my Energizer staff kicked in. Let's give a damage boost, and here's where my single target attacks kick in. This would be dumb because I would activate cooldowns on Hyperia, which I don't want to do. But I can do watch this movie for random control skill and shock, or I can do finish project to activate cooldowns, which I will target on Wormlad. Keep in mind, if I was ranked up, I would have a skill that can literally activate cooldowns and give me an extra turn, which would be nicer. Or like, This is actually a perfect scenario. If Thundeer was the fastest rank 5 monster, I would have been able to trade disable Hyperia. I would have been able to get rid of Megatons and the Mirror Reflection, trade this, activate cooldowns on Wormlad, and then activate cooldowns on Halgoden as well. So it's just kind of showcasing like the potential. Let's do True Power, and hopefully I don't die. So Dark Submission, Dark Weakness, there's the sword kicks in as well. Recharge because I activated cooldowns. Awesome. Recharge. You know what? Thinking back, I don't think I'm gonna win this battle. Let's charge with the Resonance over here. Let's give a damage boost again. Let's activate cooldowns over here. And let's do watch this movie. Let's also control Mega Freeze. Nice. So you even have the Mega variations available. Why did I bring Wormlad? Not Wormlad. Why did I bring this monster again if I can't really do anything? Let's see if I can still win. Double life. Bitter Reading. I guess Old Horse's Momentum. Have to recharge. Let's see. True Power. I guess I'm going after Hyperia right now. The greatest fire in the universe. There's that one Sunburn. Yeah, because all these are AoEs, huh? Recharge. No stamina. Recharge. Frozen. Masterwork Armor. Thank you for attacking your teammates, but you didn't really help. I love that this is a one-turn cooldown. Watch this movie so I can literally keep using it. Unfortunately, it was a freeze in this case. Stop its fire time, I guess. I guess I can go for Possession. Oops. Alright, let's recharge. Recharge again. Visions of the Damned. Well, Doomed. Well, that's no fun if I lost my main monster. But yeah, like I said, it's the usability of Thundeer is really going to depend on your league and what you have. If I wanted to, I could give him really fast runes and he would still be really good, but considering normally I could be in a higher trophy league and face different opponents, and then my wars are going to be tougher, there's no need for me to actually focus on Thundeer. Which is why I really hope that SocialPoint makes it possible for players to rank up these Forsaken monsters without actually having to pay for them. Because, like, having to pay for these offers, you know, not free-to-play players aren't going to be ranking them up, right? They're just going to be stuck with their level 100 or 105s Forsaken monsters. But nonetheless, this has been a monster review on Thundeer. He is definitely a phenomenal monster. He's really good at level 100. If you're comparing him to other level 100 monsters, he's by far one of the best. Hands down, he's one of the best, right? Just his insanely fast speed. Incredible. If you compare him at rank 5 to other rank 5 monsters, hands down, one of the best monsters as well. If you compare him from level 100 to taking on level 130s, obviously that's not a fair comparison, but that's the kind of the world we live in. But with that being said, this has been a monster review on Thundeer. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you all next time.